Um, this is a different question. I wanted to make sure I got to this towards the end, but since someone brought it up in a super chat, we'll get to it right now. What can be done to help the Armenians? So as far as like just practically speaking, most of we got viewers here. Most of them would be like in Western viewers and so on. But what are you guys' thoughts on what people can actually do?
Well, I'm gonna let Jacob kind of handle that because he's in Armenia and he does work in Armenia. He does missions work in Armenia. So
Okay, so I would answer this in two ways: spiritual way and a more of a activist type way. Um, the first lady of Azerbaijan, her name is Mehriban Aliyeva. She was just awarded a Christian award from the Patriarch Kirill of Russia. And the award was of the Order of Saint Olga. And basically, I think once a year, the Russian Apostolic Church, excuse me, Russian Orthodox Church awards a woman that is does good deeds, is benevolent, it has good family values, moral values, and so forth. And the thing that's really interesting about that is that it was this family, the Aliyev family specifically, that ethnically cleansed, as Artur had mentioned, 120,000 Christians out of their homelands and starved them for over 9 months. They did a blockade on them. They couldn't get food or medicine to their people. And there was literally people starving to death in that country. And I believe that Artur said that the focus has been on Russia and Ukraine. The focus has been on Israel because that it's just Armenians is forgotten. So talk about Armenia. If you live in a European country, you can talk to parliamentarians and say, please help this country. They are Christian, they're democratic, they're not under a dictatorship like Azerbaijan. They need to think about their partnerships. So I mean, we have very fruitful conversations with senators and with congressmen and governors in the United States, and they're putting pressure on the United States to help Armenia. So that just physically helps this country. And then people are like, oh yeah, then they come over and they visit. If you have never been to Armenia, you need to come and visit and see what we're talking about. Just visiting this country is going to change your entire view. I have people that travel around the country. They come here and they say, I just feel peace. I feel this hospitality. I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm at home. And this is people from all over the world. Then they say, well, I just came from Azerbaijan. I didn't feel that. I just came from Turkey. I didn't feel that. But there's something different about this place. And so we do need to let people know. The more you talk about it, the more you say, what about the Armenians? What about the Armenians? That really helps. If anybody has a platform, please do that. Also, if you're a Christian, pray every single day for this country, for the protection of this country, for the peace of this country, because this is that strategic location where God is using the Armenian people to go as missionaries to the surrounding Muslim nations to preach the gospel. This is strategic, and they can do it in a way that a Westerner cannot do it. They can go with their passports, and nobody thinks of one thing. I can't, as an American, just do that easily, or a lot of Europeans cannot do that, but an Armenian can. So for the kingdom of God, it's a very strategic. If you're a believing Christian, pray for this country, that God would raise up workers, that the churches would be strengthened, the country be protected.